Hi everyone.
Hi.
Today we are making a flourless, of course, chocolate cake.
Yes, so Dan's happy there's chocolate involved. But this is like really flourless, like not even almond flour, coconut flour, nothing in it. So it's good if you're like nut free, or I guess for schools where you have to send, you can't send nuts and things in lunch boxes.
It's so good. It's like a fudgy chocolate cake. It's delicious.
Yes.
I think we've made it about 4 times and I've consumed most of them.
So the ingredients that we have to go in it, we're using 90% dark chocolate for the chocolate kind of part of it. We've got some butter, vanilla salt, some sucrine monk fruit sweetener is what we're using for our sweetener, but any 1-for-1 kind of sugar replacement would work. And then eggs. So that's all that's in it. So you're probably going to have most of these ingredients in your cupboard, so you can make it today.
Well, hopefully you got your eggs in the fridge. But so we've got the oven on at 160 degrees Celsius, 320 Fahrenheit, and Erika has neatly done a little job on this pan. It's a springform pan. She's put baking paper all the way around and greased it.
Yeah, well, I just greased it for the baking paper to stick.
Right,
yeah.
yep.
But I think it is good to grease and line the pan for this one because we don't want it to stick. We want it to be a nice cake. And this is a 9-inch springform pan that we're using. So the first thing that we're going to do is melt together the chocolate and the butter. Now, I just prefer to do this in the microwave on like 30-second increments, stirring in between until it's all smooth and combined and the chocolate's all melted. Alternatively, you could do it on the stove in a double boiler, which is where you just have some water simmering in a saucepan at the bottom and then a bowl, like a heat-proof bowl sitting on top, and you melt it that way. But I think microwaving works pretty well because you've got the butter there to kind of protect the chocolate from burning.
Now, this recipe is definitely probably a little bit higher in carbs than what we would normally make, especially for a sweet. And it's because of the chocolate. It takes 2 blocks of 90% and 100 grams of 90% is 14 grams of carbs. We also don't want to kind of just make the serving size so small to make the carb count small. Yeah. So we've made the serving size 10.
Yes, because it is very rich as well. You're not eating a big piece of it.
That's right. But so if you're concerned about carbs, just have less.
Don't have it
at all. Yeah.
But it's also probably something more for like a celebration or a special occasion than like a everyday after dinner treat. Okay, so our butter and our chocolate is all melted together, so it's all glossy. There's no lumps of chocolate. And now we just want to set this aside to cool down while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. So now we're going to put all the rest of the ingredients into this bowl. So we've got 6 eggs and we're going to put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This just brings out the flavour of the chocolate, so it doesn't make it salty, but salt's always nice in desserts. And we're going to pop a teaspoon of vanilla.
I thought you were going to wing it there. It always freaks me out when she does that.
And then we're going to put 1/2 cup of our sucrine monk fruit sweetener.
Like Erika said, you can really choose any 1-for-1 sugar replacement. At the supermarket now, they're really getting many more options available to us. I have seen now, I think people have shown on our group that Lakanto are also in Coles, and Coles have a monk fruit erythritol blend of their own. So it's becoming more popular within the actual supermarkets.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the rest of the ingredients. So I like that this recipe, to me, is not many ingredients really. This is the part where you need to be a little bit patient though, and I think it helps to set a timer because we want to whip these up until they're really, really light and fluffy and probably almost tripled in size. So you got to do it for 10 minutes.
How did you manage this?
I set a timer. Because honestly, you think, oh, I've done that for ages, and then I look at the timer and it's like 3 minutes. So set a timer on your phone for 10 minutes, and I think you need to use like electric beaters or a stand mixer I think it would be difficult to do it by hand, but Dan, you might need to set a timer.
Yeah.
And then we'll get beating.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Here we go.
Wow, so you can see
you
how
need a timer.
much it went so pale and thick and fluffy, and I don't know, has it tripled, quadrupled in size?
Gotten bigger.
Like it's got a lot more.
So even in that time, we swapped over and Erika sent out the early access to our Patreons. So, you know, there's a lot of things. 10 minutes, a long time.
It really is a long time, but it is worth it because you want to get this so thick and fluffy. So now what we're going to do is kind of pour our chocolate mixture into the egg mixture slowly and just stir it in.
So it's important that that's kind of cooled a bit, is that right?
Yeah, so it's got, well, it sits there for 10 minutes while
that's
you...
true.
And I think it's good just to kind of slowly pour it in, stirring as you go, because otherwise it has a tendency for the chocolate part to sink to the bottom. Okay, so we've got all of our chocolate in there now, so we just want to make sure that we combine it all together so it's all uniform colour and consistency, I guess. And just make sure you're scraping the bottom to bring the kind of chocolate mixture up because it will sink down. But it's coming together nicely.
Smells
and you
so
can see,
chocolatey.
like, doing the eggs that way, I feel like it keeps the volume there rather than just doing the whites. I don't know, but I think that is looking good. So now all we're going to do is pour, So now all we're going to do is pour this mixture into our tin that we've prepared earlier and then bake it in the oven for about 30 minutes. Smells so good already.
And it's not even baking yet. I am looking forward to it smelling like chocolate cake in here so much.
Okay, so it's all ready to go in the oven. So we're going to bake it for about 30 minutes. And you'll notice that it will kind of stop being jiggly and it'll be set, and that's how we'll know it is ready. Okay, so our cake has just come out of the oven. So you can see, like, when we shake it, there's no jiggle. You could also, you know, stick a skewer in it and it will come out clean. But just be aware, like, it's going to look beautiful like this when we get it out of the oven, but then it will sink down because that's just the nature of a flourless cake because it's so fudgy. So you'll see that the middle part will kind of sink down a bit. So we're just going to leave it to cool down before we cut it, but we just wanted to show you it straight out of the oven. Okay, so our cake's still a little bit warm, but Dan's getting restless.
Oh, please. I don't think it's my fault.
You just asked if we could have some. Okay, so you can see it's sunk down a little bit, but not like terribly, but I was just showing you that it does sink down a little bit. So I've just released our springform pan, and then we'll take off our paper. So you can see, I know it's a pain greasing and lining the pan, but it makes this part
And
easy.
it means you end up with a nice finished product.
Yes. So I guess what you could do for like a celebration or something would be just to leave it to cool down completely, and then I would just pile it with whipped cream and berries or something. Like, how spectacular would that look? Or you can have it just like this, so it's perfect warm. Let's see how we go.
If this doesn't come out properly, it's going to be all my fault.
It's 100% going to be your fault, Dan.
Oh, it's still piping.
So you can see how fudgy it is. So it is nice served warm. So even if you let it cool completely, then you want to have a piece, you just kind of pop it in the microwave for 10 or 15 seconds or something. to make it all fudgy again.
If you went with that size, you'd probably get more than 10 serves out of it.
Yeah, and that honestly is very rich,
Yeah.
so I don't think you need too big of a piece.
But we also don't want to just scrimp on the serving size just to make the carbs low, in my opinion. So, this looks like it's going to still be pretty warm. Oh no, it's okay. Oh my god. Even though it's rich and dense, it's light. Like, it's hard to explain.
I know, yeah.
It's the whipping of the eggs, I think.
Yeah.
That when you bite into it, it's fudgy, but it's light. So
It's not like a mud cake where
No.
I feel like sometimes like...
that's what I was just about to say. Have you ever had those kind of Coles Woolworths mud cakes? It's not that heavy denseness. It's so good. I can't even
It's
explain
like
it.
really rich and fudgy, but kind of a little
Right.
bit light.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
so
think-
good.
I think it's a real winner, and I like that it doesn't have a whole heap of ingredients in it, and the ingredients are pretty basic. So even though it's got the 90% Lindt chocolate, which does have a little bit of sugar in it, you're not then using like a sugar-free chocolate that has a bazillion ingredients in it. So that's kind of why we went with that option. But I think if you're having, you know, a special celebration or a dinner party or something, this is a delicious, you know, dessert to serve. And I think with a bit of whipped cream, maybe some berries,
Yum.
delicious.
So if you've liked this recipe video, guys, as you know, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye.